Information is an essence of macrocosm. First postulate. The essence of Iissiidiology lies in the fact that we see the world from a perspective of information. That is everything information, starting from bosonic and fermionic levels, proceeding to levels of the planets, galaxies, universes, etc. And this information is designed so that it is able to delegate itself through various forms of self-consciousness, to participate in the various processes being led or initiated by the collective mind. Different types of information from various types of collective intelligence that associate each other in compliance with resonance principle. Iissiidiology's second postulate. Everything there already is, existing simultaneously. To understand this, you need to understand how the information has emerged. The information consists of disparate fragments, information fragments. This exact type of diversity causes a specific type of distinctive relationships. That is, some information fragment types are more tending to interact with each other to form any combination of information at different levels, from the simplest to the most complex. Others have lesser capability to interact in certain selected environment and form simple combinations that form their own self-identity consciousness. And initiate their own specific resonant relationships. Resonant means synchronously perceived, synchronously modulated, qualitatively similar composition to each other more or less. The main reason of the information is that its very fragment can harmoniously interact with its any other fragment. Certain conditions are required for this one. These conditions are automatically created at the expense of resonance between the fragments. But this resonance occurs in a variety of other conditions. For example, there are certain parameters of pressure. Pressure is also a certain kind of information. Certain parameters of the X-ray radiation is also information in a certain way, formed by a kind of relationships between information's fragments. There are different states of space and relationships of space and time. This creates a variety of different opportunities for interaction of some other pieces of information, but they may interact under certain parameters. Then self-consciousness forms emerges when certain conditions form. That means, in this informational combination, the certain scheme, which we name the self-consciousness form, emerges. Informational combination originates the self-consciousness form. We call their multitude the continuum. For instance, our surrounding world is the continuum. Being humans, we present continuums for cellular, fermionic, and atomic combinations of information. Some space emerges. and it is structured with different quality states of time and with different quality fluctuations in focus dynamics. All that creates the environment for interaction. This environment of interaction represents holographicness. Every part of information combination resonates in a certain way with any other part of informational combinations, which appear mostly in other conditions with other parameters. Consequently, interrelation emerges between one self-consciousness form, who represents the large amount of various self-consciousness forms, and multitude of other SC forms defined by us as space. All that originates at the expense of the diversity of qualitative changes schemes, we define this diversity as time. What does Iissiidiology investigate? Iissiidiology investigates interactions between these self-consciousness forms. A human is a set of vast number of self-consciousness forms of smaller size. I do not want to say more primitive. That is in fact the texture of forms that structure us, that is too complex. Cells, genome, other structural elements, which form our organs and other systems of them. In the sort of resonation of their functions, these informational systems gather into more global systems of more global informational combinations. The latter form protoforms. Let human 1 be a prototype forms who constitutes its type of collective intelligences. Iluvumiashke, real human, type of collective intelligences. All the information's reason for existence comes down to the synthesis of informational fragments that interact rezonationally. Every protoform interacts with other protoforms, following certain synthesis scheme. There are 12 qualitative conditional states of information. They originate the whole process of synthesis of information into more and more general forms of appearance, self-consciousness forms. Human self-consciousness forms are involved into synthesis of as called qualities, all love, all wisdom, all will, all intelligence. In the current type of their appearance, and in the current dimensional band, the synthesis is directed to that both of these qualities could intensively interact with the third quality, all unity through rezonational improvement and arranging together. Other types of protoforms are involved to other synthesis schemes, particularly the protoforms who arrange our biological organism, represent diverse synthesis schemes or diverse types of existence. However, all these synthesis schemes are compatible with our all love, all wisdom, all will, all intelligence. This allows creators of these forms to interact with each other on the basis of any common creative interest and operations.